Now that the competition is complete, the judges' forms will be taken to be tallied. And once again, we wish to express a deep thanks to our judges for their efforts this evening. Meanwhile, the Alumni Glee will perform its song, honoring the class of 1942. After that, we will have a short intermission. Now, we would like to welcome to the podium Helen Siggins.
You guys can go ahead and take your places now. The alumni of Willamette University are very excited for this opportunity to once again perform in Willamette's most cherished tradition. As this year's Glee has been dedicated to the class of 1942, we have selected to sing for you the senior Glee song from that year. We would like to dedicate the singing of this song to the memory of Mr. Bob Blanding, who was responsible for gathering the score and lyrics for us so that we can perform the song for you tonight. I'd like to extend a special thanks to Chris Davis, Darren Board, Dave Berthoff, Todd Enger, and Kurt Heisler for their talent in making this performance what it is, or better yet, what it's about to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the classes of 1944 through 1990.
again, thank you to the Alumni Glee for their participation this evening. At this time, we would now like to invite Bob Voigt again to the podium to present the 1942 plaque.
On a good show, a great show. I congratulate you. There was to be a beautiful trophy here for presentation tonight to the winning classes and classes to come. That trophy is somewhere between Paducah and Pocatello. It will be here eventually, and the winning classes' information will be inscribed upon it, and those winning classes after this. I'm too old for this. When you're 72 years old, you'll need help too. Our class has provided two, I think, beautiful plaques that indicate winners and placement from the very beginning years of Glee. The second plaque is too heavy to lift, but it has room for future inscriptions. I want to thank you again for dedicating this Glee to my class, the Centennial Class of 42, and I appreciate your asking me to be here to present this information and these plaques. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, class of 1942, for your efforts to keep the Glee tradition alive. At this time, we will now have a short intermission. Please feel free to stand up, stretch your legs, and we'll soon be back with the results of 1992 Freshman Glee.
Good evening. Good evening. Is this on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Some of you may not want to. We'll find out later. It's a pleasure for me to be here and to announce the winners in the shortest Glee on record. Congratulate yourselves.
It's not over yet.
Because this Glee has been so short, I am going to shorten my remarks as well. I've resented the fact that you feel that I draw this out too much. I don't. But I will not do it tonight. I just returned from Europe, where I visited the schools in London and Watford and Oviedo, Spain. I bring you greetings from our students who are there. The prediction that they made in Watford, London, and Oviedo is that the juniors would come in first. Of course, that might be due to the fact that 90% of our juniors there I love you too. Some of the homestay families of those of you who are there send their greetings with promises that they will return your letters. I should say answer them. They won't return them. But let's get on. No one voted for the seniors in London or Watford or Oviedo. And no one voted for the freshmen. But there were no seniors and freshmen there, and that's the reason that happened. Before we get on with this, I want to be serious for just a moment and talk about Bob Blanding, a close personal friend of mine and a very dear friend of Willamette University, who passed away this last Sunday. He was a longtime member of the Board of Trustees as well as a graduate of Willamette in the class of 1942. He chaired the committee that looked up the Glee managers from its beginning until tonight, and including tonight, as well as class managers. And a plaque is being made so that those names will be listed in perpetuity in some building on the campus, possibly Putnam Center or possibly the Commons, something like that. He worked long and hard on this to get it done. I know Bob well, and he would not want to cast a pall over this evening's presentation. And what I would like to do at this time would be to have you all stand, if you would please, in the back too. And I would like you to applaud what has been done by Bob Blanding for Willamette University and for Freshman Glee.